Good morning, everybody. It's Nick at B&P Paving. A fresh new week. We've got some odd bits on this week. We're finishing up this driveway today that you saw last week in last week's video. And then we've got a couple of little jobs booked in. We booked a bit of contingency time, but we haven't actually needed it. So, yeah, we've got two kind of fresh old steps to do, really. The first one's like a little path, a few slabs into a house. And the second one's like a little step. So we're going to have quite an easy week this week, a bit of a tie-in. So when I book, say I book 2 months worth of work in, I'll always sort of leave a couple of days contingency for, for bad weather or whatever. But we've been pretty good, bar it being cold. The weather's been pretty good. So we've been at work. So we'll have a bit of an easy week this week. So I think the lads are going to get, I'll pay them for the week. But yeah, hopefully we'll be wrapped up by Wednesday and should be off work Thursday, Friday and have a bit of a thing. I'm at university this weekend, so I've got a weekend workshop, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I've got a full week. Well, from today I've got 12 days straight working, but such is life. So we'll get there. Anyway, I'll jump out and show you what's popping. Right, it's rock and roll time. Got the whacker out. I'm going to get it started in a minute. Here you go, look. For all you whining boggers on the YouTube. What do you think that is? Scotch mist. Drainage channels. Freshly installed by...
I'd say my famous catchphrase, but I'm not allowed because people moan.
You can say it this once, Christopher.
No, I don't want to.
No, I think you should.
No, the internet bullies have really got me down.
I know.
I don't want to say it anymore.
You know what I do personally? The internet bully's got me down.
Stick it up your mother's backside.
There you go. Right. So, we have to get that put in a jumper and sell them. Yeah, so the drainage is in. There was already an existing drain in the garage. There's actually a port little hole there that goes into the actual storm drain, so that's all in. This area here, we're gravel trapping. So that'll be all fine and dandy. So it's not my first rodeo, I've been doing it for years. So thanks for all your advice and tips, but keep them. Rock and roll, yeah. So we'll flip over a time lapse, we'll get this whackered. We're doing something a little bit different today as a bit of an experiment, but I'll explain that in a bit. Up electric brush at weekend for Connell. Let's put 50p in top. Come on, put 50p in it, folder. Oh, it's going up. It's going. You can't say rapido. You'll upset somebody.
Oh, if anyone gets upset by that, just get
opt into it for the day. Get off. We ain't got time for you. You can't have a laugh and you want to cry all day. Because that's making the world such a happier place. Don't bother working it. Finally, it's all done. Tarmac's waiting for DJ to come pick his bag up. And these blocks are going to be collected and go back. But yeah, we're all done. I'm happy with it. It's looking good. Massive space. I think you could get 8 cars on at a push and 2 in front of the house. You get like 12. You get 10 cars outside here. It's crazy. But that's what the customer wants, 0 maintenance, that's what they get. Say it's all in and done to British standard, eco drainage, everything's happy, everything's done. Let's roll to the montage. I'll tell you something, just when you think we're out of this weather, it starts again. Look at that, frozen solid. I have to wait for it to defrost now. So, it's Tuesday morning. Just arrived at the job, 7:30. The materials should be arriving shortly. Strange little job today. I've got nip off quoting, so I'll get Chris to record what he's doing. But I'll show you the job before I go. But it's a really strange setup. They've got like a step that it steps down and then back up to the door. So people are sort of walking in at night or in the dark and hurting their ankles. It's really, really badly thought out and designed. So yes, that's us today. Really, we've got a little bit of a as I call it, a tin pot job. We've got a little bit of a tiny job to do, and then we've got a tiny job tomorrow. So like I said, I put in extra time for that job we did last week and we finished yesterday. A bit of contingency time on it, but we didn't need it, so we're kind of at a bit of a loose end. But so it works. Lads worked hard. They'll get paid for the week. Hopefully they'll end up with a couple of days off. Yeah, but it gives me a good chance to get some paperwork done and get on top of things. That's always nice. Strange one. Saturday night, went out for dinner and drinks with my cousin and his wife, and was in a pub in Gedling, and I was talking, I can't remember what I was talking about, something was getting talked about at the bar, we were laughing at the bar staff about something. Some bloke just entered the conversation and made some comment about me being stoned in a van or something. So he was one of our subscribers, which is highly embarrassing, believe it or not. I'm actually in person, I'm quite shy. I don't really it's difficult doing this, to be honest, but yeah, so it's a bit of a strange one. My newfound fame, as daft as it is, I think that's the third or fourth person who's recognised me when I'm out and about, so it's a bit really odd feeling and a bit embarrassing sometimes. You sort of, there's work and there's this and there's the family time, so when it mixes up a little bit. But we had a good chat. Turns out he's in the game as well. Guy called Rob at New Leaf Landscaping. So we had a good chat and he knew the crack and got some quite nice compliments about the work, which is nice. It's nice to talk to people who are in the same game and then be complimentary about your work. And so you then know, it's difficult. You get a lot of stick on putting things on YouTube off your little internet warriors, your keyboard warriors. So it's quite nice to see people or hear from people in the game who recognise what's going on and know the actual how it works. It's all very well and good sitting there saying you can't do it like that and you can't do it like this, but sometimes there's no other way, and it has to be done, and we have to do the best of what we can do. Like I said the other day, I don't think it was meant as I don't think whoever it was meant it sort of insultingly, but it sort of gave me a load of stick about drainage and so on. It's like, I've been in this job as B&P Paving, we've been in business, I think 14 years. And before, I've done about 20 years doing this, and I haven't created mould or damp in a house yet. No one's plasters fell off, I haven't been sued, I just find it quite a little bit patronising, a little bit, what's the word for it? Like, how are you going to go on somebody who does this for a living's website and tell them what's what? And you think, honestly, like there's nothing you can tell me. And don't get me wrong, you can read your little books and you can talk nonsense, but if you've done it day in, day out for years, there's very few people who have the knowledge. And then you're going to get those ones who do it for a living and have the knowledge, but just like to belittle and thingy other people's work. And in which case, what I'd say to you is, let's pop down, we'll video your work, we'll see how you do things for a week, and we'll record it all, and we'll put it out to the general public. We'll put it out there on social media for any Tom, Dick or Harry to look at and scrutinise and talk about and see how you get on. That's what I'm saying. It's dead easy to talk the talk, but it's not that easy to walk the walk. So you got to put yourself out there and you're going to get a bit of jip, but you just got to stand by it, and I stand by what I do. Like I say, me and the boys, we have a banter and we have a laugh, and there's that little bit of silliness, more for entertainment value for you guys to watch and just keep it a bit light. Because no one wants me, you don't want me there going, today we're going to install drainage channels, and what we do is, like, there's only very few people who want to watch that. Don't get me wrong, there are some, but they're probably better off in the library or watching Emmerdale or something. Yeah, so it's yeah, but above all, say we mess about and we have a bit of fun for entertainment on here, but above all is the job and the customer and the business. That is it. That comes above everything else. You know what I mean? We're working the snow, as you've seen. We're working freezing temperatures. We just get on with it and we get the job done, and we get the job done properly, and the customers are happy. And that's what it's all about, really. It's not, it's yeah, I think sometimes it's a bit of a fine line doing this YouTube thing. It can take away a little bit from the professionalism of what we do. But that is for entertainment value. Like, realistically, customers wouldn't see that stuff. It's kept private. They might overhear a little joke here and there or be involved in a couple, but they wouldn't really see it. So us doing that, sometimes we wonder is a little bit, could be a little bit detrimental to our professional reputation or whatever. But unfortunately, it's the way the times are. Our times are changing. You've got to integrate social media, YouTube. It's a massive tool, a really powerful tool we've got. It's available, like you say, like DJ's done. We've got the Struggler, got Chris the Struggler, and those boys, times are tough. The economy's not doing great, and this is. It helps pay the bills, it's helped paying the bills. I mean, it's getting to the point now where I'm quoting, I'm actually going and visiting. I'm doing a job next week, actually, for a subscriber and his son. They both watch, and we're doing a patio for them next week. And so it's actually bringing in revenue to the company. So it's a no-brainer, really. You've got to be foolish not to do it, if anything. So anyway, on a lighter note, I shall get out this van in a minute. Sounds like a big lorry coming. I shall get out this van in a minute, and we shall go and have a look around and show you guys this little job that we're doing today. So I'm quite looking forward to it. It's nice to have it's nice not to have to load out and hand lay 20 ton of blocks. So it's going to be a nice week this week. Give me a chance for the old neck and knees to relax a little bit. So I shall show you the job. Okay, so as you can see, there's a very strange entrance into the door here. It sort of comes off the pavement, steps down. There's a bit of a trip hazard. People said pick their friends around drinking and so on, and they're tripping over and falling down here, and they're worried about the postman and breaking their ankle or something. So what we're doing is we're putting a new path down to the door. I'm going to DPC it and run that underneath. And then here, my beautiful assistant Folger is just digging out. We're going to put some new slab in here and here so they can put the wheelie bins on it, and it's all nice flat level. It'll be a step down off the path. That's about it, really. So I made that sound really quick, but it's probably a good long day's work. Okay, so John Hayes has just arrived. We're just going to load some materials, which is good. It's about 8:10. That means we can get things going. Bert's and Conor just getting it dug out ready. It's not a lot to come out, to be honest. It'll be about a ton, I think, by the time we've dug it out. So I'll flip to the time lapse, watch this gear get unloaded. Right, so we've had to make a mad dash to John A. Stevens. I accidentally ordered 600 by 600 slabs, not 600 900. So I've had to race down across town to fetch you and get him to site, otherwise delivery would have been probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So me and Folger's gone on a little mission, gone to fetch them, and now we've got to head over to Ruddington on a little quote. So I was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, it's already 1:15, so not a good start, but these things happen and we'll rectify it. I'll message the customer now, tell them I'm on my way, and explain what happened when I get there. Oh look, so I've just opened my snack bag. Got the old healthy Snacker Jacks. Look what's in my bag, look. Little cards, so let's have a little butchers. So I've got this card here, it says I love you. I think it's from Connell. I think it's from Folger. It says Happy Valentine's Day, Daddy. Love you so much. Love from Lucia. She's drawn me a little picture, look. So, oh, that's sweet, innit? I suppose I'll have to get her something now. Not big into Valentine's Day. My wedding anniversary is like next week, so I do something special for that. I don't really bother. Let's have a look at this one then. Here we go, look. To my favourite person in the whole world. This one's one I bought for Connell. To Nick, thank you for being you. Love you more than anything. Paige, my wife. Isn't that sweet? How romantic. Fantastic. Let us get on with our job.
That's it.
That's it. It's rock and roll. I ain't got no time to be emotional. We've got slabs to sort out.
Quotes to do.
Quotes to do. Let's get going. Right, so that's a quote done on the other side of town. We've just we've picked the slabs up, so we've managed to sort that out. We're just heading back, but unfortunately it's about a 30-minute drive now through town centre to get back to where we're at. So Chris and Bert's are waiting for us to arrive now. Then we've got to load the slabs, and I've got to get to another quote that was supposed to be at about 10 o'clock. I've now got, well, I'm going to be late, but it's just one of those things today, unfortunately. So we're trying our best. These things happen. So I dare say they'll happen again, to be honest. But yeah, so we shall be back at the job in about 30 minutes. Right, so just got back to the job, done 3 quotes now, so I'm going to shoot off, get these quotes worked out and emailed and sent away, as I didn't have time to do them over the weekend. I'll never get time really if I don't make time. I'm going to go over to Chris and he's going to show you what we're doing on the job.
Right then, good people of YouTube, so what we're doing. Customer wants this to run down at a diagonal, finish just below the sill. So obviously that's up on the DPC there, so we're going to put a DPC liner around the brick, leave a gravel trap there so the water can get down, no standing water sat up against there. So we'll string a line up here. It's a bit awkward actually, there's angles everywhere, so they're a bit particular about what they want, and they want it to sit flush against the grass up here. So they're going to bring the bins up and they want it flush there and coming across, but obviously because this is running down, I don't really want to take that down at an angle it down here and then angle it down there. It's just going to look a bit naff in slabs. So we're going to put an edging across there, make a bit of a step, so the edging is going to run at the same diagonal height as those slabs, and then we'll flatten this off here and have a slow fall down. That's what we're going to do. It's going to look a bit better. I don't know if you can see the angles actually. Can't really see it that well on here. But yeah, so this runs all the way down here, and then it shoots off again down there, and then it shoots off again that way. And they want to try and minimise steps. So, as we were saying earlier, it's a bit dangerous. They don't want these steps down. They want a ramp, so that when you come down, you don't trip, you hit the ramp, and then you go, whoa, through the front door. Perfect. Right folks, we've got this little edging in here. So what we've done is, let's get you down and see. Set that string line up, put this edging in, then the slab's going to sit over the edging, and then we'll clad the front with a piece of slab, cut some 45 miters off, and then butt that up, so that's like a nice seamless step down. So that's going to look nice. We just put that in just to make it a bit sturdier. So obviously that's going to be at the back of it, left a gap there for the slab to sit in front. Sturdied that up. That edging is not square off there, so what we've done, took the tape measure, we've measured off the house to the nearest point, which is there, which is 800. So we've got 800 gap, then we've measured 800 here. So that is now square to there, which leaves us that gap, which is, we've not measured it. Right peeps, got that edging in there, we've banged that in. What we're going to do is, we've set the string line up, so that's where the slabs are going. We've put that in to make it a bit sturdier. That slab's going to then sit on top of there, and we're going to cut a slab down. We're going to mitre the top and the front on a 45, put a slab in front, that'll sit, 45 will sit on the top, and that'll be a nice seamless step down onto that. That's just there to make it a bit sturdier. What we've done here is to start off, we took a measurement to the shortest point, which is there, which is 800. We've then measured 800 here, pulled the slab out because that edging doesn't run square to the house. and that's left as a gap there. We'll measure that. We'll take that same measurement up here, and then we'll take it out, cut that on a diagonal, and then that will sit flush to that, and then it's going to be square off the house. And then as we get going, everything's going to be square going down. Work that in, get that in. Big man Bert's making a nice little mix. He's getting going. I'll catch you in a bit. Right, good people, cracking on. Steps in, got the first few slabs in. Got a drainage channel in instead, so we changed it from a gravel trap. We've put a channel in now. We've got a DPC at the back there, so we put a DPC liner at the back. We've put a channel in, and then that goes down here and drains down. So the DPC line is at the back, and then that drains down into the floor. Because it's not clay, it's really good drainable soil here, so that's going to get away nicely. It's only really taking that couple of slabs. Slabs in there, mitered those two corners. It's got a nice mitre on it, needs jet washing. Can't bring all this level up, so that's getting soiled up, so the grass is going to finish level with that. Cutting the manhole in, we got one more cut, a cut at the end, and we're away.
Right, so that's it, finally complete. A bit of a long day today actually. I thought it'd be a bit easier than it was, but we finally got there. It's all in and ready. Oh, sorry, I was waiting for the rubble bags to be picked up, so that might be in the morning. But yeah, the customer just wanted a nice pathway in, got drainage in there, and obviously a little hard sanding so they could put the wheelie bins, but it's going to be a couple of days before it's dry enough to be able to do that. Bit of surplus damage on the lawn from blokes walking about all day, but that'll be okay in about a week. So there you go, on to the next one tomorrow.
So folks, this is the job for today. We are replacing this step. As you can see, it's knackered. Ooh, police. Lovely view though.
Tell you and me, I'm yours.
Look at the view. Beautiful. You can see for bloody miles, so you can. Big man Connell's about to get
You know.
sweet. And that's it, that's us. Bert is getting some electric, and we're about to break this out. We're replacing it with curbs, so we're having a curb step with pavers inside. We know what's going to happen. This is a solid concrete base here, and I know we're going to have no luck, and they've laid that straight on top of this drive, so we're going to have to break that out. Then we're going to have to steel saw out here, and then we have to break all the concrete out underneath it. So it's going to be a bit of a ball ache, to be fair, but we'll get it done. Round number 2. We've marked out where the curbs are going, so we've measured it with the curbs there and there, made it work curbs so we don't end up with a little cut. We've marked it. Then we're going to cut out a track all the way down here, break out a track here so we can house our curbs. Would you say house or sit? Whichever one you prefer, house or sit. We're going to sit them in there, concrete them in. Leave that bit of concrete in there because we're coming up, and then we're going to get the blocks laid. Catch you in a bit. So getting there now, people. Curbs are in. Told the customer this little problem, but I don't know if you can see that. These curbs are level across. Hold that please, Ryan. Thank you, sir. The sill falls that way, and this path falls that way. So when you look at it from down here, it looks like the step is running massively downwards, but it's not. It's perfectly level. So we've had the customer out and told them, and showed them what's what, and they understand, and they're okay with that. So that's that. Now we're going to put you in a little time lapse and get the middle of the step done. Right, steps in. Just got to get in and concrete all these little bits here where the concrete's broken away, where we've cut it. So going to give it a good clean out first, brush it off, and then we'll re-concrete that, wash everything up, give the step a good clean off, all the little bits of dust off it. It's looking a lot neater already. For a mix of colours in the mid step, so it's not one solid colour, so we've gone for charcoal and the lighter grey and put a nice mix in there. What do you reckon, boys? How's today gone? You been happy so far?
Alright.
Well, let's get you in on that beautiful view of Mansfield.
It's when you say Mansfield, doesn't it?
Mansfield's alright, surely Mansfield. Let's see what we can see. Look, come on. Come over yonder, lad, and take a look of a man in town of Mansfield.
You're not doing that, bro.
We got Kings Mill Hospital in background. Odeon Cinema.
The Rams.
The what?
Football
The
stadium.
Stags. The mighty
Oh, shit,
Stags.
Stags, I'm saying Rams, aren't I?
That's Derby, bro.
Yeah, they're all the same, aren't they?
SCS. Smith's Superstore. What else we
Nando's,
got?
don't forget Nando's.
Nando's. Cheeky Nando's. There. Home Bargains. What else we got?
The Swan, right behind that building there.
Behind that building there is the Swan.
Good pub, that.
Bank Holiday Sunday down
Ooh.
the Swan.
Can't beat it.
He knows a bit about that. What else we got, Con? Landmarks. Come on. Is that
Churches.
it? We've got 3 churches. Don't know what they are, but they're 3 churches. That big bridge there, look, that's where the Swan is, where this man likes to go on a
Bank holiday.
Bank Holiday
Can't beat
Sunday for a bit of rowdiness. What's that old mining thing as well? There's like a big coal mining thing up in yonder, over there. Up in yonder, over there on hill, lad. Marty Mansfield. B&P Paving. Connell, won't say his second name. In case there's like some weird stalker on YouTube who wants to come find you. Bert's, real name Ryan. Now everyone knows him in a bit more depth. The quiet man, we call him.
Quiet man.
He works.
Try to stay off camera as much as possible.
Tries to stay off camera. He's camera shy. Don't know why, because he's a handsome young man.
Oh wow, bless you.
Got the beard of, let's have a look at beard.
Could be a do with it. Get out there. Right, Steve.
Like he crawled out of a bin.
a
Dustbin, lad.
Right state, innit?
It's not bad. So there you go, getting it done. Gonna give this a clean off now. Do a little time lapse of cleaning it. Then we'll show you the finished product at the end. Say goodbye, boys.
See ya.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week. Signing off for the week. Steps done. Everywhere's cleaned up. Everywhere's looking spotless. Well, as spotless as it can be with 20 to 40-year-old concrete, but looking a lot neater. Got rid of that horrible tile step that was all falling to bits. I don't know what they'd used on it, but the grout was obviously not made for outdoor use because they just come loose over the years. Imagine the grout was probably not a proper waterproof one, and the water's recessed down in between and sat underneath, and when it's freezing and contracting it's probably popped them off. But this is going to last a lot longer, so that's in. That's nice, it's perfectly level across. Although from here, I say, that runs down and that runs down, but it's level. Here's the customer. You'll be on YouTube now later, mate.
Oh no, fucking. Well, I not see it, mate. 'Cause I do Twitter, but that's about it.
That's it. We're just showing the good people your steps, so that's all
Okay.
finished. All done.
Okay.
All hunky dory. Right, peeps, we'll sign off and say goodbye to the customer. See you next week.